Previously on the Moto, inside the outdoors, Blake Baggett exploded onto the scene at round 1 and then imploded 1 week later in Texas.
A lot of people in that position throwing up and sick would have it's just a moto.
To know that you're hired for a reason, and the reason is to win races and championships, that's a lot of weight on your shoulders for sure.
Ryan Villopoto's expectations have not been fulfilled, but he is not alone in his struggles.
Dungy is off the side of the track and his bike is lifeless. Reed just got a Christmas gift.
I really didn't believe what I was hearing.
Think you're safe and everything's going good, then you still have issues. You just never know.
This week is High Point, round 3. Among the long list of riders seeking redemption is 250 class sophomore Eli Tomac and the struggling Mike Alessi. After a devastating crash that left him concussed, Mike attempts to return to racing.
And now he crashes. Are you kidding me? Dude, we just got here.
When the National Series moves to the East Coast, the Alessis take their program on the road. They often drive 10 hours through the night to practice tracks and other facilities in preparation for a race.
My role is what goes on Monday through Friday. I'm the one traveling with Mike and Danielle. When there is an injury, I'm the one with the doctors trying to figure out how to get the thing fixed before next week's race.
2 weeks ago at round 1, Mike Alessi crashed in practice. He was knocked unconscious and suffered a shoulder injury. At this point, the championship is gone. Motivation is coming from the fact that this is a contract year for Mike. Now he must prove to the industry what could have been.
It's just the road to get back. MX Sports has taken a pretty good stand on people that crash, and they want to have them checked out neurologically. So we went to a neurologist and had all the checks and balances done, and it came out good. You have to do a lot of rehabilitation. You have to do a lot of things to build yourself back up to race condition.
On top of brain tests and physical therapy, Mike has to build his confidence and speed on the bike if he is going to race in a few days.
We're here in Abington, Virginia at Zach Osborne's track. It's a good training grounds for High Point and Budds Creek. This one of the kids right here. Okay, so I just did it myself. I just got a lap time on that kid riding right there, the kid that gets 20th place in the races. He had a 1:53.87.
Okay, what's that mean?
Yours is 1:57, the best I got on you so far, just to give you an idea. This guy's riding with 0 intensity. Again.
I was in the gym this morning and you flew. What do you expect?
Just saying. It's like you gotta push the guy to make him go. Like, as soon as I give him a little, now he's riding good again. I don't even believe he just roosted me like that. What was the point of that? He fully buried me at the top of the hill. I don't even know why. And now he crashes. Really? Already? God, are you kidding me? Already? Dude, we just got here. What happened? Hey, talk. What happened?
Fine.
What happened?
Fine.
What happened?
Fine.
Will you stop for a second? Talk? I'm asking you a question.
I was doing what you wanted.
No, I didn't. I just told you the facts.
Yeah, I broke my shoulder. I really...
Okay, it's broke. What caused the crash? Well, were you riding too hard? Can't win, Danielle. And every time it's my fault.
Mike Alessi might have the best coach in motocross. Tony Alessi can explain almost anything in the sport accurately and clearly. The problem may be that it is difficult to be both a coach and a father at the same time. Tony speaks to Mike as a coach would to a player. Mike hears his father's disapproval.
I just gave you the information. Dude, if you're riding around at a 157 lap time and a kid that's a 20th place guy is doing 53s, I'm telling you what his lap time was. 153.87. I wasn't lying about it.
The Alessis are quite familiar with working through their problems together. In the last 4 years, Mike has been through trial after trial. Still, Tony and Danielle are the only ones always there, doing their best to help him achieve his dreams.
When you're sitting at the bottom and nobody wants to be your friend and nobody cares who you are because you're not winning races, you're not on the podium, you look around you and you see who's sitting with you while the world is burning around you. You need people in your life that you know are there for you even when you're down in the dumps.
Danielle and Tony are fully committed to Mike and his racing program, which means his career earnings is the only income for the family at this time. In a contract year, if Mike is unable to earn a ride for next season, the entire family will suffer. For the Alessis, it is all or nothing. But from family to family, the situation may vary.
It takes so much effort to get the kid to the pro level. A lot of times it's such a financial burden on the families that basically mom and dad have spent everything they have and they're probably in debt to get them to that point. And then when they get to that point, they want a little help back. And a lot of times it just gets kind of weird. I think we've avoided it to a certain degree because we don't need to rely on Eli for anything, really, other than just having a good time with our kid.
Coming up next on the Moto, Inside the Outdoors. Eli Tomac and his family head to Texas to train with Andrew Short. And Mike Alessi struggles to heal in time for round 3 at High Point.
There's a little bit of a mentality in the sport that the only thing that matters is winning. And that's a little bit of an issue with me.
John Tomac is a world champion mountain bike racer. And for his son Eli, most people would point to his last name as evidence of his privilege. Eli's real advantage might be his parents' discernment.
I was a professional athlete and I realized that you don't always feel your best in training and you don't always feel your best sometimes on race day, and that's just the way it is. There's gonna be times when you did your best and it's not good enough to win. And that's just the way life is. All you can do is try to maximize whatever you have in you.
What do you have in you? The heart is where every champion is born, because the heart is where passion is. For the last month, the Tomacs have joined a family that shares their perspective. Andrew Short has invited the Tomacs to live and train at his ranch for free.
I don't think your priorities are in the right place if you're worried about money. You gotta look at equipment, people, and we're blessed to have this job.
The main thing is to have fun. If you're not having fun, you know, it's just like, why do it? You just burn yourself out. You know, if you really don't love it, you're not gonna work hard.
You can't get mad when you're riding a motorcycle. It's like the raddest sport ever, and just a ride, have an awesome place to train and practice. There's nothing to be bummed on.
Well, one of the sections, I do a massive fipple, and that's basically just holding it wide open.
Yeah,
that's a
just
technique.
balls, dude. That's not technique.
Yeah.
Besides the opportunity to work with a like-minded rider, at 10 years apart, Andrew Short and Eli Tomac provide each other a bridge to a different generation of motocross.
He's learned some new techniques that's like pushing the sport to another level where I'm trying to adapt and get better. Seems like when you lean with this shoulder, like this one comes up and out more.
They should be at least even, I think. And maybe the inside one slightly forward.
It's like so second nature to him because that's how he's grown up. He's more on the front of the bike, his butt is out, he's good on an edge and letting it slide, where I'm stiffer, a little bit farther back. When you're on in the front of the bike and you're just pinning it wide open, if it goes sideways or you get a kick, he's more ready for it. And he can go further and his speed that way.
A big thing from Andrew that's helped me is my starts.
Last year, Andrew Short was the best starter in the outdoors.
And here comes the 29 of Andrew Short. Oh my goodness.
Shorty hole-shotted more than half the motos.
Andrew Short with another hole shot.
This small stretch of dirt is where Andrew refined his craft. And it is here where he is grooming the next generation.
There's multiple things to a start. It's throttle. You're not going to want to sit there wide open. You'll burn the tires, spin a bunch.
You lit it up, you just spun a lot of loose dirt out.
Clutch has to be in the right position. You don't want to have it too pulled in to where it's late grabbing and actually engaging the motor, but you don't want it too far out to where it's creeping forward and digging a hole while you're sitting there.
Did you hang a shift right there? Yeah, I think so too.
You have to get your shifts dialed once you get past the gate. You don't want to be revving out too high in the RPMs or it actually gets harder to shift the bike. And then you don't want to shift too early either, or you can bog it down because it's in too low of RPM. So there's tons of things that can go wrong.
That's good, E. That looked good. I think you got your timing just right.
Eli's best start of the year came at round 1. And his parents' reaction is telling of their passion for the sport.
Come on, baby, pull it, pull it, pull it. Yes, yes! Go, 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 go! Pull it. Come on, baby, baby, go! Yes! I love it. I love the racing. I cannot wait for that gate to drop. I'm a freak. I'm a little weird. Inside. Yeah, nice. Woohoo!
You're so connected to him because you've been with him so long, working with him on the track, working with him really with all of his preparation.
Come on, roll it, roll it, roll. Whoa, baby, whoa. Breathe, baby, breathe.
I've had times where I've said, okay, go outside right here. And he'll go outside right there.
Yeah.
He can't hear me, but it's weird. It's like that sense of connection that you have if you're somebody that works with somebody all the time. I think we're probably the tightest family on the circuit, really. I mean, we're almost always together. There's a lot more to our family dynamic than racing, that's for sure.
Coming up next on the Moto, Inside the Outdoors. The championship series heads to round 3 at High Point. A downpour ensues, but several riders find redemption amidst the storm.
Looks like Mike Alessi is on a glory cruise out here.
Because of what happened here on September 17th, 1862, this is called the Bloody Road. It was the bloodiest day in United States history. But there was no clear winner at the Battle of Antietam. In the hills west of this hallowed ground, another battlefield exists. And at High Point Raceway, there is always a clear winner. In fact, 6 out of the past 7 years, the winner of the 450 Outdoor Championship has won both motos at High Point. In 2009, Chad Reed was struggling leading up to round 3. But after his perfect day at High Point, he would be the most dominant rider for the next 8 rounds. In 2010, Ryan Dungey took the points lead here, and he didn't lose it for the rest of the season. In 2011, High Point would again be a watershed for the championship race. For Mike Alessi, he hopes it'll be his first race of the outdoor season.
We're still feeling the effects of the crash at Hangtown, compounded by another crash yesterday at Zach Osborne.
With Mike nursing an injured shoulder, the Alessis arrived at the track 2 days early in order to do some mental preparation.
Right here, you got passed a couple times last year. And then they were coming in and they were able to hold this line like right here. You know what I'm saying? And you were going like way out there, leaving the door open. You got a chance to watch the other guys ride, walk the track a little bit, check stuff out. And obviously that has motivated them quite a bit.
As the sun set the night before race day, it became apparent that Mother Nature was going to have a part in the action. And as the sun rose, motocross fans came, undaunted by the forecast.
The fans have come in droves to High Point Raceway to witness the best riders in the world do battle.
He's going to go ride practice and see how that goes. After the practice, he has to go back into the medical unit and get another report. As long as they clear him, then good.
In the morning practice session, Mike was the third fastest rider on the track.
I guess if you can handle that pressure right now in practice, then I think you're probably going to be all right. Yeah, it's right there. What matters right now is if this becomes an unsafe situation, then you need to address it accordingly.
Keeping things calm is something the Alessis are trying to learn. Chad Reed and the 2-2 Motorsports team have been doing it all along.
Hey, I will say this, 5 guys in a rent-a-car, you're bound to smell something that's not good. When these guys are happy, they go fast. Chad is like, you know, you talk about the look of the bike, the pit shirt, what's going up, down, and sideways with even the semi, and then you're at the riders' meeting, he's got his baby on his lap. I mean, I got a wife and 2 kids, and I remember those diaper days, and it's quite a distraction. And then he goes out and throws down fastest lap time, so the guy's just like a razor.
The first surprise of the day came in 450 Moto 1, when Ryan Villopoto took the lead and checked out from the field.
This could be a big confidence booster for the number 2. Villopoto has an 8-second cushion out front. And at the checkered flag, Ryan Villopoto has taken Moto 1 here at High Point.
He hasn't even looked strong those first 2 races, and he had a good couple weeks off getting recovered and getting some good motos in, and it was really hot in Florida. Did a little testing, got the bike better. Now that he's stronger and just starting to come together.
As the 450s were preparing to head out for Moto 2, it was the sky that began to grab everyone's attention.
Hey, can you guys hear what the announcer's saying? Is he talking about the storm?
It's looking gnarly up there, huh? It's looking burly, huh?
He may want to go to the other wheel.
I wonder if we should not use that tire. Go back to the other tire.
Hey, you guys got to bring the wheels down here. Stat.
And as expected, rain showers are moving in.
You got to stand?
Mechanics are now coming in with tires. They're actually doing tire changes as they head down to the starting line.
It's going to be slick. That's all you got to know.
The storm is out. It's done its damage. This track, it's going to get wild.
The 30-second board's in the air. The RPM is up. The gate's on the ground, and here we go.
Mike Alessi, the 800, taking over the early lead as he gets a great and clean jump off the starting line this time. Mike Alessi checking in on the number 1 spot, a 5.6-second lead after that first lap of racing over the number 1 of Ryan Dungey. Chad Reed in the number 3 spot. Dungey goes down in the number 2 spot, and now it's a matter of whether or not he can get that machine back up and rolling. Reed is around now, and Reed moving into the number 2 spot. But looks like Mike Alessi is on a glory cruise out here. 15.2 seconds over the rest of the field.
Come on!
Ryan Villopoto in 4th. Alessi goes down in the Lucas Oil turn. Chad Reed has made the pass. Reed moves into the number 1 spot. Alessi is 2nd.
Feeling the effects of a bent motorcycle due to the crash, Alessi fell behind. Both Villopoto and Dungey passed him. And without goggles in the mud, Chad Reed proved once again he had the composure to prevail in the outdoors.
Chad Reed takes the win. Ryan Villopoto about 6 seconds back.
With a 1-2 finish, Ryan Villopoto won his first overall of the season. Mike Alessi did not make the podium, but he and his father received something more valuable.
Mike got the lead, and dude, in 2 laps, he had a 20-second lead. That was awesome.
I still had a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
Considering we weren't even sure we were going to race 24 hours ago.
While the Alessis were basking in the satisfaction of a successful day, not far away, 250 class rider Eli Tomac and his father John were trying to figure out how their day had gone wrong.
I don't know what happened on the start. It was just like my dirt was slow, but it looked good, but I was just going nowhere.
Just got in a bad spot for dirt. I don't know.
Yeah.
12 minutes to 20 kind of killed you. That little zone in there, it seemed like. Your little middle there when you were with Baggett, if you can fix that.
Tomac wasn't the only rider in the 250 class trying to figure out how to stay with Blake Baggett. After a disastrous week at Texas, Baggett responded by charging through the pack in Moto 1 at High Point.
I had a lot of anger, a lot of drive from Texas, you know, like all the on the internet, and I was just like, I'll show these people I'm tougher, I'm faster.
Well, we got the 250 riders poised on the starting gate. The gate is down, and here they come.
Baggett's up first, then Seeley, then Rattray.
Eli Tomac back in 11th.
Come on, here you go. And right now, Baggett is starting to stretch it out like a good yoga class.
Eli Tomac running in 4th as he's gotten around the number 17 of Justin Marsha. Leader is down. Blake Baggett has gone down. He finally gets out of there, gets back into the race, and already Rattray's got an 8.9-second lead over Blake Baggett.
Rolling.
And here comes that battle for the number 3 position we're talking about. Cole Seeley and Eli Tomac.
Outside, buddy, outside all the way.
Side by side, and Tomac has made the pass now.
Keep it going, buddy.
If I was a betting man, I would not count out Blake Baggett.
I had too much built up in me. I was going to the front no matter what it took and gonna pretty much hold that thing wide open until I got there.
Blake Baggett pulling up side by side. Rattray shut the door, and Blake Baggett goes rocketing by the number 28 of Rattray. He got it, and he got it quite convincingly.
I was really proud of how he rode. He got a really bad start and worked his way all the way back up to 3rd and really improved on some of the areas that I wanted him to from the first moto.
After his heroics at High Point, Blake Baggett moved only 1 position forward in the championship points race. But the real damage had been done in his opponent's minds. Next time on the Moto, Inside the Outdoors. It's the final curtain for beloved hero Kevin Windham, and Tyler Rattray and his father Wayne team up for the outdoor title.
He's a hard worker, and the best way to pay him back and thank him is obviously to win a championship.
He keeps saying he's a retire in 2014. He's going to have to not still be competitive to retire, because I know him.
Kevin Windham trying to go around the outside of Michael Alessi and does.